Hey, get bad.
No way, H.O.G.
H.O.G podcast. What it do, man? It's your girl, Lil Chad. Yay.
Hey, 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 get bad.
No way, H.O.G.
Grind hard for the culture, they placed us behind, so you know we gotta get bad. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture, they placed us behind, so you know we tryna get bad. It's a lot of stuff that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, 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 it's black, 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 black. Yeah, discrimination and hate got put through all that. Big dog, CEO.
So me $1,000 worth of work. That mean them feet was busted.
That was our women raped and then called hoes. How I'm done, my ancestor taught your child to read. Not to mention all the resources we created. Why they didn't want to see black families together? Would it be too strong with two parents at home? Young nigga better listen to this pimpin'. Don't you ever let the police get you slippin'. Fuck playing with guns, educate yourself. Now lead your son. You gon' treat your lady right if you respect your mom. Otherwise treat the opposition how it comes. You're only a slave if you think you one, nigga. Yeah. Grind hard for the culture, they placed us behind, so you know we gotta get bad. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture, they placed us behind, so you know we tryna get bad. It's a lot of stuff that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, 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 it's black, black, cheddar. A king from the south. I had a dream like Martin, I hope I live it out. Black on black crime, it's a new time. It ain't just the opposite, I gotta watch mine. They smile in your face. Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the H.O.G podcast show. We talking revolutionary preparations tonight, and I'm your host, Chubb.
Financial in the building, what's happening?
Yes, sir. You know what we got to do before we get into this fire content, man. Let's keep it prayed up.
Papered up and pulled up, man.
You did.
Yeah.
Revolutionary preparations, man. You know, hey, with that being said as a title, I think that it's fair to just start off with, man, how prepared are we? You know what I'm saying? Starting from home first, you see what I'm saying? So break down what you feel revolution is, Lee.
Revolution is a revolt against what currently is.
Okay.
In order to force change, that's what a revolution is.
That's what's up. A shift of mindset, systems, and power, you know what I'm saying? Like reversing the shit that we've been bound by like a whole since our existence, really, you know what I'm saying? But getting a little bit more personal into it, like, you know, for us, like I feel that in black homes, especially, you know what I'm saying, like things that we need to do.
Definitely need to have a good understanding of what's going on in the finance world.
Pull this up.
Need to have savings. Need to have a plan. You know, a plan to like link with, you know, your community, whoever your community is. If you can't stay where you at,
right?
A plan to get to wherever you supposed to get to link with, you know, the people you've been doing this preparation with.
Us and what they do, my boy.
Definitely some guns, some ammo, you know, survival kit, blankets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First aid. non-perishable food,
Come on now.
um, water,
Yep.
or at a minimum, a water cleaning kit. That's either iodine tablets, or if you're allergic, then they got a chlorine solution in water. Uh, something to start a fire,
Facts.
and yeah, I think that's about it. I think that should cover everything.
That was almost everything in a nutshell. What I was saying too on my list: emergency packs, first
Yeah.
aid kits, as you said,
Mhm.
candles. You know what I'm saying? You said something to start a fire, but candles, the long uh, lighters. You know what I'm saying? The one you light the grills with, them type of things like that. I would say some swimming shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have to walk through some bios or some type of stuff. You know how some people is with their feet touching certain things.
Man,
Um,
I'm
what else?
one of them. Shit.
Yeah, knives, cutting boards, like cooking utensils, things that you know be able to cut fish or food or whatever you may have when you out in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying?
I got fishing poles.
Yeah, for sure, though. But like that's on the family part of things, and that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Also, I feel like on the physical side of things within the household of the culture, and this ain't about color. You know what I'm saying? That the being revolutionary prepared, revolutionary prepared is like everything that we talking about right now, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like it ain't just about no color or nothing like that. It's about being prepared. It's a mindset set. It's a shift from certain habits or hobbies or things that you may
Yeah,
turning them into something that's a positive for like the overall. You know what I'm saying? So
I see this right. A
yeah,
revolution in this country, a true one. You ain't gonna have to worry about a lot of shit that matter today, because a real revolution is gonna destroy DC first.
mm,
And I ain't talking about killing people. I'm talking about the infrastructure.
we on the talk
That's
to
where
stuff.
people. That's where people make mistake at. Like, and you think it's all about violence towards people. No, it's violence towards the system.
Yeah,
We trying to force y'all to rebuild the system. Notice I say force y'all to rebuild. So why would we be talking about killing? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna affect everybody, because a real revolution is gonna look to destroy everything going on Wall Street, everything going on in DC. That's a real revolution. Make them start over and make them include us how we should be. Because the shit they wrote 250 years ago ain't worth a fucking damn to us. For us.
man. What that they trying to bring back to the forefront now, though. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that we missed out on though, on the family pack though too, being a revolutionary prepared within the family. Like make sure you overstock, which meaning like you're gonna have water and perishables as least stated, but have enough to be able to share and give to somebody else. Maybe your next door neighbor, maybe a family member or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that also, man, backpacks and the physical part of it, like I'm saying, like training our bodies and ourselves getting out, doing some stuff, you know what I'm saying, going exercise, taking a walk. Maybe you want to walk a mile with a backpack on your back with some stuff in it just to see how they feel and what they look like. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You got to prepare yourself before the actual situation come. You know what I'm saying? And
You know,
like that's very important when it comes.
gas is gonna be scarce.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because you got to think we got little babies now, and like, in the Bible it say, "Woe to those having kids in the last days." You know what I'm saying? So definitely got to have yourself mindset ready to be able to go mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
you got to walk 10 miles with a 25-pound backpack on. Shit, that ain't just no easy stuff if you ain't
That's a
practicing.
task. Do you hear me?
if you ain't practicing and working on that on the daily, that ain't gonna be easy when it just
Yes,
happens.
it is.
And also,
Woo-wee. How they say somebody ain't gonna make it.
coming up with plans like, you know what I'm saying, family plans as well. You know, say for instance they do another shutdown and they say everybody got to stay where they at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For us, like with this COVID thing, you know, the elections coming up, it's a lot of stuff going on. So, man, people doing stuff on street levels, but in politics, you feel what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing as what's going on in our society. It's just a different realm of it, and we got to have ourselves prepared for that. We got to be ready. This ain't no race war type thing or nothing like this. This just for people that understand what we up against and what's gonna happen. Look at what everything that's going around you right now. You know what I'm saying? We so caught off in other things like concerts and this who going this and what's going on and stuff like that, and not even preparing ourselves for like what's really actually about to happen. You know what I'm saying? We in a recession right now. Some of us can't feel it at this point, but we in the forefront of a recession right now, bro. And I feel like we got a gas right now. What it is? Where you at? It's
We,
4:30,
we ain't per se there yet.
but we approaching for
there
sure.
yet. But we getting there. We getting there.
We approaching for sure, for sure.
We getting there.
What the gas is? Where you at?
What for what?
Like 450 something.
Oh shit! You said 450 something.
Oh wait, I jump about 432. You know what I'm saying?
It was that first that jumped up.
Yeah, 432. Where we at? You know what I mean? So hey, on that thing too, like preparing your family with bikes, man. Everybody might need to have a bike.
Yeah.
When they go down, you know, hey, it's some inner tubes and some stuff to back that up as well. Preparation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way we ain't got to worry about failing, or when we do come to a point to where we feel like, you know, we're at a standstill or something, you know, we still can fight through it with everything that we know and prepared ourselves to do. Like I said, shit, try waiting until it happened and then walk with a backpack that's 25 pounds and a baby and some more stuff you got to push.
It's be ugly.
Turn out for you, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be ugly. I'm trying
Straight
to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
But that's
I done it. I done done it with way more than 25 pounds too.
Yeah. For real though. So what you feel about community within this situation and this topic? What do you feel that, you know, us as people, Americans, and as a culture, what do we need to do for us, like when it comes to community, to prepare ourselves, like, you know, in a revolutionary mindset?
Oh, I don't know. In the community, I mean, like I said at first, man, like to me, in that type of situation, like your community, if you can't stay where you at, your community is who you already didn't discuss. Yo, if this go down, I'm coming to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, really, shit, trust, bro. Building trust, being involved in your community, so that when this time do come, you know, you're not like the new face.
Right. And I say that too. Like I take that to the chin because that makes sense. Like I got some neighbors that I'm straight with, then I got some neighbors that I'm cool with. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
sometimes you have to be vigilant and observe what's around you before you, like, you know what I'm saying, interact. You know what I'm saying? Like just
yeah.
me personally, sometimes they work better for me, especially if I ain't comfortable with you. But I'm pretty good with my neighbors and stuff like that. For us, like you
Me
know.
too. Yeah,
Whatever
me
I
too.
need, if it's something I need help with on the yard, or hey, let me use this utensil, you know what I'm saying? We good enough on that level. But
Yeah,
on this revolutionary preparation level, it's a different level, you know what I'm saying? Like for
yeah,
its community, like we saying, like having enough food to be able to feed others, not just your family. You know what I mean? Deep freezers, water, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like all of that shit gonna matter. And then I think within the community, like having meetings, you feel what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Having meetings, that'll help out a lot. Having meetings, you know what I'm saying? Uh, exit plans, different stuff like that. Thank you. Exit plans and different things like that that can keep you straight while you out here in the field because shit, it about to get real now.
Oh, maps.
Maps, facts. That's a big one. Let me hit the horn on that. That's
You got and know how to read it.
straight up. And that's the thing we definitely got to get back to because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I rely on GPS a lot. Sometimes I don't even do it just for the direction. I do it for the time. You know what I mean? Like how long is it gonna take me to get somewhere? Like, you know, of course, like in your own neighborhood, you gonna shout out to Yasmin in the building. What's up with you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know, we definitely have the maps, like reading the maps and stuff like that. And I'm cool on the map. That ain't my PowerPoint, but you know, I'm cool on the map. I can do a little something on that joint. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I know how to follow the map, so that's cool. TikTok, tap that hard bar for your boy, man. Show some love. You know what I'm saying? We're talking revolutionary preparations tonight. Look,
Preparation.
but that's facts though, bro. On that, you know what I'm saying. What's some other things in the community that we can be doing? Like, I feel like the voting situation that's going on in the southern region. Uh, I feel like communities should be coming together, white and black, like, and really, like, if you stand for that, if you know that that's not right, get out here and make a change in it. Whatever you got to do, send petitions to the state or go to, you know, write letters, whatever we got to do, like as Americans and like, you know, the culture, like we got to push that because that ain't cool and that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? For what they trying to do with their voting thing. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
what you know about that? You know anything about it? To speak
No.
a little bit in that? No. Okay. But that's a part of it. Also, like the fighting, you know what I'm saying? Fight, like put up the fight for this shit, man. Like, don't just lay down. Don't just we gotta pay attention to what's really going on out here for real, bro. We distracted on so many levels.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, there's some artists that's got shows and stuff going on down south, and they cancel some of the joints just because of the situation the economy in, and then on top of the voting
Mm-hmm.
thing that's going on as well. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's dope. That's dope as an artist. They show that you care about your people. You know what I'm saying? Because, like we said, it's a lot of people out here, man, going to spend their last. and I work for this, so I'm gonna go out like this. I deserve to enjoy this, which is rightfully so. But at the same time, you know, it's a whole lot going on to be going to just be distracted by all these shows that's going on, being at every event and stuff like that. It's time to lock in and stack up. You know what I'm saying? Also, bro, you know, we didn't mention have a little stash of cash though too. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to these cards and banks and stuff like that, I feel like they can be like a error in that situation. You know what I'm saying? If something really happened to where we had to push to that level,
Mm-hmm.
shit, money that's in bank ain't no good.
But I mean, shit, if it ain't no good in the bank, it ain't no good out that motherfucker either.
Yeah, but I'm saying like for like when it comes to
It's really gonna be about the barter system.
yeah,
You're gonna have something to trade.
yeah, blanket for a can of corn or yeah, I get what you're saying.
For real. Yeah.
But
That's why I ain't say nothing about having cash because it's like I said, a real revolution is gonna attack Wall Street and the whole financial system first. That's gotta be first. So the money ain't gonna be worth a damn.
appreciate you,
So
husband.
everything get rebuilt.
I'm gonna hop directly on here when I'm done. I'm just on the other platform right now. I get what you're saying though, bro. That's dope business, you know what I'm saying? What else going on? Like the being prepared instead of reacting too, because a lot of situations you got to think like for us like our people, how we think they get in a tight situation and then they not think of ways to get out that situation in a positive matter, but in a negative matter. Maybe stick somebody up, maybe take some or something like that. So what do you feel about preparation versus reaction?
That's why I said, like, Gotta have you some guns and some ammo, because I mean you're not gonna be able to control them people. All you can do is be prepared for them people, because it's inevitable. You know, that's panicking. I mean, that's panicking at its worst, but that's panicking. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like you just said, if you reacting, bless you, then you panic.
Yeah.
And when you panicking, you subject to do all kind of unruly shit to get what you need. Because
Yeah.
at this point, it ain't about no wants. It's really about needs. Hey man, I'm finna run up in here and take what's up in here, and I hope they prepared to defend themselves, because I mean you don't want to see nobody killed, but like people are gonna be in survival mode, so expect that.
And that's what we trying to get the people to get out of survival mode, because us as a people, I feel like we done been in survival mode since we known of Earth. You know what I'm saying? Since we've known what we at, you know what I'm saying? We've been in survival mode. And this revolutionary preparation thing is more of a strategy mode, like mindset, you know what I'm saying? The shifting mindset. It ain't just, about what they call it, the protesting and the chaos and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to do more than it. And if we is protesting, we protesting effectively. You know what I'm saying? To the point where we ain't just running and stuff, because it ain't always us out there that's doing it. But it's a lot of people that's standing with us and standing for the cause. So I feel like community is a big thing. We definitely got to lock in with the people that's in our community. Watch out for each other. Do what we got to do to stay, on guard. Because
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I hear where you coming from the positive aspect, but I'm a realist, bro, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot more than just trying to take care of the people around you and all that, bro. You got racist groups that's gonna be let loose. You got all kind of situations that's gonna take place when this country goes into that mode where it's trying to destroy itself and rebuild itself.
Right. I get that, but what I'm saying is first starting within my home with like first the teachings that I'm displaying right now is like for my like inside my walls. I'm definitely gonna protect them and care about them more than the community and stuff like that. But I'm just saying being in tech, like you gonna need a lookout motherfucker. You gonna need a person to be on point. What if you ain't at the crib? You see what I'm saying? Like community is gonna matter, you know what I'm saying, in that sense. But I get what you're saying. Like it's more so for me too, like just like my personal in my home type thing, you know what I'm saying? We need to be structured and ready to go.
That's like everywhere, bro. Like that shit gonna be everywhere. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You gotta be. I mean, we can't have this conversation and not put that into the preparation, because it's something you need to be prepared for. It exists, and it exists a lot.
Yeah. And I get what you're saying. So you basically saying like in the neighborhoods, everybody that they might not have the same feelings I have about, you know what I'm saying, the care of everybody else. And you right about that, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about the ones that don't. I mean, they do. You know what I'm saying? That's who I'm focused on. We can't even worry about the people that's gonna be against, point blank period. That's the whole point in talking about like being prepared and stuff like that. So do you feel like preparation gives you control?
I feel like it gives you as much. I feel like it gives you as much control as you can have.
And why so?
Because preparation helps you react effectively, right? So it's still about being reactive. It's just about how have you prepared to react? Have you prepared to react effectively?
Right.
Because like I said, a lot of variables in a situation like that you're not gonna be able to control. Right. So the only thing that you can control is how you prepare, your plan, your strategy, right? And that's what you have control of.
Right.
And it also gives you the ability to be adaptable and flexible in situations where your initial plan wasn't gonna work.
And preparation is a strategy, you know what I'm saying? Just as reaction is the survival mode. When we just reacting to things and you know what I mean, not having a strategy to that reaction, you know, we can put ourselves back in a lot of different ways, you know what I'm saying? So speaking about this, cause we got about like 2 minutes, 5 minutes before break. You know what I'm saying? Building yourself to building yourself before the shift. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that still relates back to preparation. So, uh, what's some other things outside what we've said that you feel that'll help with that building yourself before the shift?
Being physically fit, man. Like I don't think you stress that enough because when you when your body is in condition, then you can think. When you can't think because you're so tired, that's when dangerous shit happens.
Mm.
So for me, I would say anything outside of what we already talked about is being as physically fit as possible, and that's just about being consistent. Just do some three. I would say, depending on the level of fitness you want, 3 to 7 times a week, and you cool. 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and you cool. You know, but I mean, you can't. You definitely cannot expect to survive in a situation where all of the resources that we have at our disposal to live the lives we live currently is gonna be threatened. Eventually, it's gonna run out because in the revolution, ain't nobody sending shit over here because they not gonna be getting paid for it.
Facts. Hey, also mental discipline too. You know what I'm saying? Focus and the emotional control, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's a part of building yourself before too, outside of what we've said.
Mm-hmm.
We're making just, you know, getting yourself disciplined for certain
Yeah,
type of
but you know,
things.
being physically fit enhances all of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's why it's what I say first
Yeah.
because when you know we always working on our mental. You know, we always working on controlling emotions and meditating and praying and you know what I'm saying, making sure we write with the scripture and all of that. So I think that to me, for us, that's a given.
Yeah.
You know, so what can you do so that you better at that? And the only thing is being physically fit because like I said, when you tired, your body is tired. The first thing to go is your ability to think. And so being physically fit enhances the fact that you done worked on being mentally stable through a crisis situation. It enhances that you done worked on emotional control under pressure, under new conditions in a different environment where now you used to could go pay with money and now you gotta sit down and you gotta look at what you have and you gotta see what's worth trading for what you're trying to get. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? All of these things also tap into your mental. They tap into your emotional because when you bartering with people, you can't go to talking crazy and shit. They just gonna walk away. They got what you want, and you got something that they might need, maybe.
Right. So, hey, before we get up at this giant for the break, what you feel about the financial preparation uh, before the shift?
I don't even think it's necessary.
Because you don't think it gonna matter at that point, huh?
No, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
A real revolution is gonna destroy it. I'm telling you, it's gonna destroy it. There is no revolution without us having to rebuild the monetary system. There is no revolution without us having to rebuild the government.
Mm. That's a good
It
point
is
right there.
successful if that's the case,
Right. That's a
and
good
nothing will change.
facts. But we got to get into it when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. You tapped into the H.O.G podcast show. We talking revolutionary preparations tonight. Y'all keep it locked. We'll be right back. All right.
I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed. I speak to the young and I speak to the youth. If it's not me, then I know it's not you. I'm thanking God, cause I know I can't lose. I'm praying up, so I figure my moves. I'm planning out lessons, I'm taking a quest. It's me versus me, don't know who the best. These words hitting hard, the center is chest. The crown is heavy for whoever is best. I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed.
Walking up slow, but I'm standing on business. A king with the crown, my queen be the witness. Mentally tough, you can't play with my fitness. I value my family, that be the richest. Hop out the whip and I'm blessed. Yes, I cannot deal with the mess. Stress, problems we get off our chest. Yes, God, he gon' carry the load. I'm blessed. Look to the cloud for my energy. Pray my unfeel for my enemies. I hope that you peepin' the synergy. I be a king till they preachin' my eulogy. How can I lose when I'm royalty? Bridges I'm burning, they came with no loyalty. Give me my flowers and feed me my grapes. I'm due for some women this morning.
I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed.
Yeah. Come on, man. You already know what the fuck it is, man. H.O.G the brand. I'm like, fuck they saying. Cheddar. Ayy, nobody coming close, I move just like a ghost, almost wintertime. Should I hit them with the project, or continue making moves, let the spectators watch it? Can't overlook this shit, bitch, my grind too obvious. Spontaneous trips, landing on islands. Graduated, no more public housing. Bought a home, the young niggas clowning. Assets don't lead to progression, you better stack up your money and invest in some shit. Entertainer like MC Hammer. Welcome back to the H.O.G podcast show. I'm your host, Cheddar, man. And tonight we talking revolutionary preparations. What we've been talking about that. After the break, we go right into the birthday shots out, which goes to my sister, Laquita Graves. She's going to be having a birthday tomorrow, actually. So big shots out to my sister, man.
It's born day to you.
Let's born day to her tomorrow. Also, we got my boy Victor Lewis right out here in Minnesota, my LIB brother, you know what I'm saying? Real good boy, real good partner of mine, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to you,
bro.
And also for the town business spotlight, I gotta get into my mama Jerry, Jackie Jerry, for creating this book, Stronger, Wiser, Better. I don't know if y'all can see that part of the light, but you know, we can put the link in the description to where y'all can go and support her on this. You know what I'm saying? This is a spiritual book and life experiences about what she went through. You know what I'm saying? Being a survivor of cancer and stuff like that, working at the hospital that she was treated by, and those type things. So y'all support the book, man. Stronger, Wiser, Better. Jackie Jerry is the author. That's my mother. I got me one while I was down there this weekend, so I'm finna be reading. And it looked like a short, good read too, though. So y'all tap in with us and keep it coming. But you got any birthday shots out this week, bro?
No, I just got town business spotlight. Leah graduate tomorrow.
Town business. I forget. Arnold graduating too. So shout out to both of the nieces on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Arnold. Who you say? Aaliyah? Who you say? Aaliyah?
Leah.
Yeah.
Hey. Is it Saturday or Sunday? Is it Saturday or Sunday? Yeah. Sunday.
Big shout out to y'all, you know what I'm saying? The graduates of 2026, you know what I'm saying? Life
Yes,
begins now.
2026.
So life began now. So get yourself prepared, you know what I'm
How
saying?
you even do that with your hands?
Straight up.
Like we used to do 03. Like that's what we
Yeah,
had. Like
we used to be 2001, but it might be a gang sign now, so we got to be careful throwing up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Back into the topic though, man. We left off on building yourself before the shift. We got into the mental part of it. You said physical relates to that and helps that, you know what I'm saying? Which I feel like that makes sense for sure. Because when you physically intact, it definitely you working your brain too, because you have time to meditate when you're working out, when you're in the sauna, you know what I'm saying? You think about what you can improve, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what else it do, bro? It give you confidence.
Mm.
Because you think about it like in that type of situation where your money ain't gonna work for you, you gotta have confidence.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then how you gonna fend for your family?
What you feel about group economics? Like how big do you think that'll play a part into the, you know what I'm saying, revolutionary preparations?
Group economics.
Yeah.
I think that's probably gonna be the strategy in the short term. You're gonna have people getting together and pooling their resources and building their own economies. Yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Taking that survival mode to strategy mode.
Yeah. That's yeah. I mean that to me, I mean, because it's where my mind gonna be. Most definitely is where my mind gonna be. You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You know? So you I mean you gotta be able to engage the people and be confident in your plan and your strategy when you presenting, so that you know what I'm saying, shit get better for everybody.
Yeah. How do you make these folks like, so when it comes to like protection in the communities, right, as we speaking on, how do you educate these folks on how to protect themselves in their areas without coming off like, you know, like violent?
Well, I don't know. I mean, carry non-lethal weapons. Respond with the force necessary to subdue. And I mean, it's in my mind, right? If I'm being honest about it, it to me it would be like a rules of engagement type situation, right? And in that you can look at it a few different ways, right? You know, you can say, okay, you have a hostile act, you have what you call hostile intent, and you have to be able to distinguish between the two. A hostile act can hurt you; it can kill you. Hostile intent is what you see before it happened. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a way they moved, or you know, something they did, or did they drop that over there for it to explode type shit. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in a situation where there's basically gonna be some lawlessness to an extent, yeah, it's really about rules of engagement. How do you protect yourself and do the least amount of harm in doing so?
I feel like that was a clear enough answer for the audience. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even been looking at the comments like that. We ain't got too many. I think people just tapping in. Shout out to everybody that's tapping in. You can support by sending stars. Also, you can send us some hearts on TikTok. You also can send us a cash app if you like, you know what I'm saying, to support the brand or whatnot.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like historical lessons, you know what I'm saying, will inspire us to get back to that level of like greatness where we was at? Like for us, like when it comes to this revolutionary thing, you know, you take the worst situations that our people have been through, and what did they sit down at the drawing board and put together to make it happen? You know what I'm saying? To get out of what they was in.
Honestly, I feel like we gotta, at this point, we're gonna have to probably take a mix of Malcolm and Martin. And the reason why I say that is because Malcolm was like, no. He was like, no. He was like, no integration. We need to stay separate. But Martin was wanting everybody to come together. So I feel like we got to take a little bit of both, because we're gonna have to have the confidence and the swagger that I feel like Malcolm wanted us to have separate from them. But we're gonna have to have that same love and tolerance that Martin wanted us to have, because bro, we already. I mean, like, come on, dude. Like, I'm in a town full of mixed babies, bro. Like there's so many like interracial marriages and couples here in this city where I'm at. That's like the norm. You know what I mean? Like, and so I feel like there's no way to truly like take one side of it. But if I'm thinking historical, like the most recent history that probably had us going on the path we needed to be going on was between them two men.
Yeah, facts. And a lot of the stuff, what we can't be nervous about is, we do know that every time we've gotten to a space like that where we was straight and we didn't need to mess with nobody but our people. You know what I'm saying? When I say our people, I ain't just talking to color. I'm talking about people that align with what we align with.
Yeah, they rock with us.
Your beliefs is what you believe. You stand for what's right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people that rock with us, and they just rock for what's right anyway.
And movements, like movements don't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? It takes some strategic planning. It takes some like actions more than words type things. And we got a lot of people out here that'll chop it up about it, but ain't gonna get out here and put the footwork down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And for the ones that willing to do it and ready to do it, that's who we gearing the conversation towards. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, communities, that's prepared, they last too. You know what I'm saying? When you think about Black Wall Street and stuff like that, how did they last that long? Because they prepared themselves to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing they didn't prepare for was the violence.
Exactly. But how much can you prepare against a person that's supposed to be American or the same as you and love thriving businesses and stuff like that, but then they come from over the clouds, over the top of your house and drop stuff to destroy your community that you built. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't.
It was a no-win situation. Their intent was to destroy it, and that was what they did.
Engrossment.
Yeah, like they intent was to destroy it, and I think not only to destroy it, but to destroy the will of the men who built it.
Yeah.
Because if I listen, if I build something and you destroy it, and I have all the know-how, wherewithal, and the intestinal fortitude to build it again, you not breaking me. You just broke what I built. I can build it again. Yeah. And I'm going to build it again. Well, and guess what? You just destroyed it and you taught me a lesson. I know one way you can come, right? So when you come for what I built again, I'm gonna be ready for you. Mm-hmm. Man, so that's why I say they broke their will too, because they didn't rebuild it.
Right. And everybody had to be prepared too, though. Everybody that say that they standing for what we talking about right now, you got to be prepared. It ain't no different than what we see in our community, whether it's hoods or neighborhoods or gangs and stuff like that. Whatever you believe in, you will stand for. You feel what I'm saying?
And with that too, everybody ain't. When you say everybody need to be ready, I want to add a little bit of clarity to that, right? Yeah. Because we already know, bro, everybody ain't built for the killing, everybody ain't built for the fighting. Fair. Right? So if that ain't your lane, find your lane to support that, because it's gonna have to happen.
Right. It's another department for you.
Yeah, find your lane, because you can contribute. Everybody got something to bring to the table. We gotta be able to be in a position to take what everybody can give and use it.
Yeah, make it work. Make it work. It's kind of like your mama not knowing that she gonna be able to pay the bills for the month, but she don't cry about it and she get up and push every day and just hey, it's come together. You know what I'm saying?
Overtime and man, hey, look, I ain't got it this time, but I worked this overtime, so I know I'm gonna have hell yeah.
So knowledge plus unity equal the real power. You know what I'm saying? The real power is knowledge and unity. You feel what I'm saying?
Indeed.
To the point to where like if we educate ourselves on certain things, like we got to really go back to the movements that was going on and dissect like what was they steps that they took in the process to even make what they made happen. Like the Martin Luther King's, the not just watching the videos and the footage and stuff, like really go into the clauses of like what did he do? Like what was the first thing that he did? What's the steps that he took to get
my research shows that he had a message.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so much that he did things. I think it was a combination of him having the message, him having the voice, him having the charisma, and the ability to affect the crowd, and people was wanting him to come advocate in situations, on our behalf. And I think that's how my research shows me it started. So I don't even, if somebody else got, something else, I'm more than open to listening. But like when I look back into Martin Luther King was a preacher in the church, and he was a community activist, and he just kind of got, called upon to do things in places on our behalf because of who he was and how he influenced and how like I said, how charismatic he was, how well he spoke. The speeches was inspiring. I'm telling you. Like I have a dream and I've seen the mountaintop, bro.
Yeah. I think it go back more to what you said when it comes about trust. A lot of people trusted him to advocate for the culture in a different matter. And you know what I'm saying? Like
that was the biggest piece because they, he was from Georgia. They called him to Alabama. They called him to Memphis, you know.
But the same thing that X did too, though. X got, you know what I'm saying? He had that same like aura, you know what I'm saying? Like people called on him for what he stood and believed in. And then they both had points on why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only thing that he felt like everybody keeps saying that everybody referenced I feel like Martin Luther King, he felt like he led his people to a burning something because of the integration type thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, I feel that, you know what I'm saying? But at some point, I feel like it was going to happen anyway. In order for us to get a somewhat of what they would say an equal balance, equal playing field, because it's still equal, but this is just showing that, okay, you know what I'm saying? We open this up, so this make it cool for y'all to have somewhat of the opportunity everybody get.
Yeah. But you know what that it's what you said though. It's like, Martin Luther King couldn't have foreseen them using welfare and aid and the housing developments like they did.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't have foreseen that. And I think it would have, but at the same time, it would have been a fight that he was on the front line fighting for change. For reform to that situation.
Yeah.
And so I feel like yes, he kind of did, but then at the same time,
hit that hard bar on the TikTok for you, boy, man. Appreciate it.
As an advocate of peace and unity, what else could he do? Malcolm X, on the other hand, Malcolm X
he was with the mess.
Yes and no.
Yeah, facts.
Because I feel like as he himself grew, and kind of started to understand, he preached, and he spoke about us taking care of us. Not needing, not depending, not positioning ourselves to need that. And so with that comes, yeah, somebody got to go to school to learn how to do this. Somebody got to go to school to become certified to do this. Right? But then you say, okay, well, where were they different? They were different because, see, with Malcolm X's beliefs, the Che Guevaras of the world felt like, you know, he was the one to talk to and try and align with him so that they could take the U.S. to, because back then when you know Malcolm X got killed and then when Martin Luther King got killed, we talking between 65 and 68, right? The U.S. was doing a lot of grimy shit. Lot of grimy shit to overthrow governments in other countries by supporting guerrilla warfare and all of that. You know, so that's revolutionary. You see what I'm saying? Like, the U.S. was literally supporting guerrilla groups to overthrow governments.
Yeah.
So when we talk about revolutionary preparations, just understand that that's what a revolutionary really is.
Hey, getting into the community and alignment, like as you said, like with those young gentlemen we just spoke about, you know what I'm saying? People had to have trust to be able to follow the movements, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they shared their vision as well. They shared their vision on why you should trust me. You know what I'm saying? Why you should follow what I'm putting in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Also, they took accountability for certain things, which I feel like we need to take accountability for. The biggest thing is the black on black crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just shift mindsets on killing, on unaliving each other if we haven't practiced that already. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I would say, like, for us, like people in our communities and our hoods or whatever they want to call it, I say community regardless of what part of the state you stay in, what area. It's a community, not hoods. We can get so cool and common with saying hoods and stuff like that. But if we take accountability for, like, man, let's do some stop the violence, put the gun down marches and stuff like that for real. 50 states across the board. If it's really like that, you know what I'm saying? And I would say for my partners that's in tune with the street stuff, you know what I'm saying, with the organizations or whatever, and you got some type of positive people that looking up to you, man, do that. Because you already in a position to where it ain't forced, you know what I'm saying? Like, teach these young folks that this is another way than just doing what, you know, somebody that died and came and repped the gang, and it ain't even the same rules no more, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really speak too deep on it because I ain't never been involved in no gang. I don't feel like you got to do that to be able to survive out here. You know what I'm saying? Some people do it for whatever reason they do it for. But for the people that's in position, they got young people out here and young brothers that you see that's heading down that road of crashing out or doing different things, like, put this conversation on their mind. Like, we need to be revolutionary prepared, like, for real. Because you can't be, man, we got other people that set your head. You can forget little Tony down the street. Y'all probably ain't even beef, ain't no bloodshed. If it's something about a female or something like that, man, let that hurt go, man. For real. A lot of these little dudes be out here be hurt behind relationships.
Look, even if it is bloodshed, the blood done already been shed. What you want to shed more for?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's certain situations that, you know, I ain't gonna lie, if somebody take my brother, a person I deeply love, or family member, man, you know, mentally, just naturally, you might want revenge for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's a natural feeling, a natural emotion, right? But I'm saying, like, if it ain't nothing like that, and it's just like some basic stuff, nigga mad about a chick, or, you know, some cars, clothes, or possessions, you know what I'm saying? Come on, that stuff we can get past. We got too much other stuff to worry about than be worrying about each other and having to duck and dodge each other. You know what I'm saying? When we coming outside, we got to get real tight on it. So that's holding people accountable. Like when you see bullshit going on, like step in. And I ain't saying like you gotta have discernment now. You gotta know how to let them people have that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if God put it on your heart or something to step into a situation to where like, hey man, you look, y'all ain't even gotta do that. Leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know the feelings, you know the intuitions or whatever. So, you know, I feel like we have more of that. That's holding the young black men, the older black men, the black businesses and everything accountable in our communities. Then we can get to that place to where we can be back on the path to a black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying?
Then a revolution would make sense. Because right now, revolution don't make sense.
Right.
Just keeping it 100.
You don't feel like it do?
No.
Why you don't feel like it?
Because we not where we need to be as a people.
As a people, right. And I get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I said we gotta. So this the shared vision and stuff is what we're doing right now. The trust, you got to be able to trust the person that's in the forefront to lead the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And you know, accountability is the fixing what we need to fix first. This ain't all about pointing the finger at the we like this because it is, which that is a big fact. Yeah. Like, we've been able to go to certain schools, we weren't able to do certain shit.
Yeah.
You know so we're not going to minimize that at all. Yeah, we're not going to minimize that at all.
Across the board, but we know that.
Right.
We know that. We know why. What are we doing about it?
Right. So historical lessons, like going back to the last bulletin, like I feel like that's like inspiration, like and like dissecting it, like what did they do within that time that they was going through them tough times, and you know what I'm saying, what gave this courage that he had to write down and stay and study all night and go in here and advocate for our people at the way that he did. You know what I'm saying? Like we, you know, so like that's inspiring, the historical lesson behind what we need to do to get to where we need to be. They did it in a tough time like that, and we get it really better than they did. You know what I'm saying?
We do.
We got it better than they did.
Utilize so much technology and resources that wasn't available. I mean, like everything that they did back then, we could do it 10 times better now, just because of what's available now that wasn't available then. But we can't even bring that to the table until we bring to the table and take account for and deal with the behavior within our. You know what I'm saying? Like with that. We can't we can't touch nothing else until we touch that.
So if there was a timeline on this topic, right? Us getting mentally and like a revolutionary prepared, like what would you see the window of that being? Like 2 to 3 years, 2 to 10?
Yeah, bro, it's gotta be. It's gonna take a couple years at a minimum. In my mind,
and that's just to get a handful of people on track, I think.
Yeah.
That's just to get a handful of track. We'll need we'll need the whole life that we didn't live to get everybody on track.
For
you know what I'm saying? But like I feel like a 2 to 5 year, like, you know, if we out here enough and we putting it in people's face and you doing like, you know, like meetings, calling meetings and seminars and stuff like that on why we should, you know what I'm saying, and coming with actually the vision of what it looks like.
Yeah.
When they do that. And that goes back to us, like I said, dissecting what Malcolm and the greats did at that time. Like what was what did they write down on paper? How did they execute?
I mean, looking at looking at too, like what is a vision that's gonna be acceptable to everybody?
None. You ain't gonna find one that's gonna be acceptable to everybody.
No. When I say acceptable, I don't mean like the perfect solution, because you never gonna find the perfect solution, but you can find something that's acceptable to everybody. A vision that if it's hey, you know, listen, we get enough control of our communities, right? And then what's next? You know, now we trying to press the government to rebuild these communities. We trying to press the state and local government. I mean, to rebuild these communities, because if you look and you see that funds have been earmarked for this, but these things are not happening, then why? the more of a presence you have, and I mean when I say a presence, I mean an effective presence that you have in trying to get those type things done, the faster they get done. That's the start. That's you know what I'm saying? That's step 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Advocate for our kids getting better education. That's a part of rebuilding the community.
Yeah. But how do you, so when we talk about that though, we still got to incorporate the funding and what it takes to get them different schools. You know what I'm saying? Them different things that good schools do have. You know what I'm saying? And the levels that they teaching on right now, like when it comes to like private, you know, it's a whole lot.
And we encourage, and we encourage. I mean, and at the same time, we doing that, right? We got to also look at encouraging our teachers, the teachers that's in our culture, to come back. And why can we encourage them to come back? Why can we ask them to come back? Hey, now we've done a lot to make it safer. Now you don't got to worry about the school getting shot up. Now you don't got to worry about your car getting broken into or stolen, or you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't address the behavior within our community. That was the first thing we did.
Yeah.
So now it's safe to come back and do what you probably wanted to do 30, 20, however many years ago when you became a teacher. Because I really feel like black teachers, they become teachers because they want to make a change in their community, but it's too dangerous.
It is.
It's
nowadays for sure. And you know what? I feel like that if we minimize the risk of danger, then we will get more people going to school to be teachers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got a little cousin that's a teacher right now that's calling. She young, you know what I'm saying? But she from Black Haven. So
my auntie been a teacher longer than I've been alive, so over 41 years.
Yeah. And like some people just know how to deal with it. Like when I see our babies out here, like I don't care if they 25, 21, 18, 16, and I see them with their skull mask on and whatever their pants might be saying, they be wearing a hoodie. I can still see the innocence in their baby though. I can still say that this my little nephew or my little child. Like my little nephew ain't gonna be walking around or son around with no full ski mask on in 90-degree weather. But I understand it because it's related to a fashionable state. You know what I'm saying? Like when these look like the even you see grown dudes wearing the Nike mask and the furry mask, it's supposed to be a fashion state thing, but we got to educate them on how it look into society, like in the corporate world. You know what I'm saying? The police.
Yeah. Why it matter?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And ain't no wrong with being fly though. But talking about like what happens when we don't prepare, I don't feel like that's something we got to dive too deep in because we know we burn out, misdirection, you get distracted by a lot of different things and stuff like that. Everybody probably experienced it. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of chaos too. There's so much more chaos when you are reacting in a panic state. That's why I said, because regardless you're gonna react, right? But when you reacting and you ain't prepared, that's panic state.
It is.
When you are prepared, it's intentional movements, it's effective aggression if needed, it's effectiveness across the board. That's what the preparation is for.
Oh.
So yeah, there's a major difference, man. And if you love those around you, your family, your wife, your kids, then the difference matters to you. I don't want my kids going through chaos. You know, I won't if God forbid this situation come, like they confident in their father, so they confident in the plan.
Yeah. No. Hey, so modern day revolution, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so we like we said, we took it back to the old days, X and King and stuff like that, and they didn't have the platform that we have now, like for us, the social media, the podcasting, the branding, you know, content creators and stuff like that. So I feel like the message should be a little bit more easier to get out now because you don't have to travel to actually be heard. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can go live and get to the masses, but we know that it's stuff in between there too. It's barriers between positive messages and stuff like that. You don't get heard. The algorithm ain't popping like it is if it was negative. But I feel like if enough people share it, enough people get out here and just, it ain't nothing to share. That's free. Share the content, man. Hit the share button, hit the heart button, whatever you got to do to get the message. You know what I'm saying?
Even
Yeah, comment anything.
You just put tapped in.
Right. You see what I'm saying? It ain't always about money, you know what I'm saying? And then ownership over influence, you know what I'm saying? Taking ownership in what we do and not just being influenced by anything. That's one of our biggest downfalls right now.
Yeah,
Is the culture, especially the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what they feed us.
This content creating stuff so influential. And you got a lot of kids out here that you got some kids, you got a certain percentage of kids that's really doing positive stuff through content, through art, through creating, you know what I'm saying? But for the masses of it, they don't want our kids to be promoting that type of stuff. They want it to be all negative, you know what I'm saying? That's why you see these vapes and all this different stuff in schools. Like, come on, bro. What did y'all dedicate flavored vapes for? Come on. Grown folks ain't smoking no flavored vapes, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, like a lot of this stuff was directed towards a certain, and I ain't gonna, and minusing the color, just like age group. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in general. Yeah, in general. It's not just a color, in an age group. What you said.
Right. So building your own lane instead of waiting for opportunity, you know what I'm saying? That's like being resilient and going out here and, man, doing what you got to do every day. Even when you feel like your business or your grind ain't paying off the way it's supposed to be paying off. Man, you show up on the good and the bad days. That's the whole part. That's the whole point of it. It's the gift and the curse of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What else we need to talk about? Action steps for listeners. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, man, I would say just audit your circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, really dissect the people around you. Really listen to how they feeling when they down and when they up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit that you will be able to figure out. You know what I'm saying? With just listening to what a person will do if they in a tight situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, is you gonna spaz out and go take something from somebody and harm somebody to get what you want? You know what I'm saying? If you listen to like what people be talking about out here, and I'm saying this like from a personal aspect because like it's so much shit going on right now to where I be like, oh, okay, I can't have this person come by my crib.
Exactly.
Your conversation sound good and stuff like this. I can't have you come by the crib. Because that's a sacred place, and I know what I do for that. You know what I'm saying? So just that, auditing your circle to the fullest point, even if it's a family member or whatever, it don't matter. You gotta really, in the times that we coming up against, you can't be a lenient person, bro. You can't be a motherfucker that's like 30% this, 70% that. No, you can't be no. You gotta really have this the decision, and I'm going with it, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's too much slimy stuff going on, and like you said, that relate back to fixing our problem before we going forth with this preparation thing before it's on the revolution. You know what I'm saying? Get into learning a new skill. You know what I did, bro? I got this app, a vocabulary app, and every day, like I try to so today the word was engrossment, which means being fully focused on something. You know what I'm saying? His engrossment in the book was evident. So that's the way you were using it in a sentence. But it's just like different ways. That's kind of what I'm focusing on with the Structured Sundays thing. Like into the top of the week, giving our people something to go for higher than what we just see. When you get in certain rooms with certain people, it's certain words that you shouldn't use as often as we use. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's or like I feel as always, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I know even within a corporate conversation. So I just challenge myself to like do like I know what a lot of shit means, but like when you use certain words, especially like for young folks, they need to know like, hey, it's different ways you can say this, or it's different ways you can say that. So that was like one of my things for learning a new skill every month.
Mhm.
You know, different things. Like my father finna come up here and we finna do the floors. That's a skill. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
how to expand your vocabulary using bigger words than just common words in certain rooms. You know, that's a skill. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So those are other things that we need to do outside of what we said already too. So this week, man, everybody do a preparation check. Make sure y'all tap into the content, rewind the episode. Just go into making sure that you got emergency packs, as we stated in the beginning. Like Lee said, perishable foods, water, emergency non-perishable foods. I'm sorry, yeah. Also, candles, different things like that, man. Generators that you get them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All different type of things like that. So do a preparation check for your household. We start there first, and then we branch out to the communities, and then we go farther than that. You know what I'm saying? Get involved in the community thing. Also, we're gonna be donating adopt a child, like my in the name of Z.B. Jackson. We're gonna be doing that coming up. My cousin Nicole, she just put out a flyer and stuff like that. I think the dates and stuff on there. I think the deadline by tomorrow. But if people can't make it right now, it'll be an ongoing thing. So it's $50 to adopt a child. $50 to adopt a child that goes towards like things for that child, or you can send whatever you need to send. I mean, whatever you can send for that cause. So that's another thing. And you got anything in closing, bro?
No, I said it all.
Hey, preparation separates dreamers from leaders. You know what I'm saying? So
Indeed.
stay prepared, so you ain't got to get prepared. Y'all already know how we do it, man. We go out like we came in. That's prayed up.
Papered up, pulled up, man.
We out of there. Catch y'all next week. Peace.
What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe? Yes. What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe? Yes. What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe? Yes. What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe? Yes. I said pray, on paper they no pole, that's a move. I stay pray, on paper they no pole, that's a move. I stay pray, on paper they no pole, that's a move. I stay pray, on paper they no pole, that's a move. You know Auntie Mama thumbing up, it's H.O.G, we coming up. They like, subscribe, and share, and it's about time we run these numbers up. Ain't nobody coming with the topics and the fly hit. They be trying to duplicate the show, I guess they in they feelin'. We don't care, impact over license, how we do it here. Come and get some gamers internationally spitting here. Minnesota and the Kansas, we got ties in Germany. Guests from Pakistan and Singapore, they rock with H.O.G. Like, subscribe.